Let's go. I wasn't originally planning to go live, but we're here. We're here. We're talking Tar Heels, why we fired Mack Brown. I gotta make a thumbnail for this video. And yeah, it's kind of stunning that we fired Mack Brown. Was not really expecting it at all. It happened. And we're here. And we're gonna see. A lot of things are gonna change. A lot of things are gonna change. Mack Brown playing his final game. Or coaching his final game. Not playing his final game. Coaching his final game this weekend. And it's going to be a fun one because we all know who it's against. State. NC State. Alright, come on. Come on. I'll start the stream like in a second. Like officially kinda. And there we go. Opening up these computers, getting them ready. We've got a 2, maybe 3 stream day. This is the first stream. And then maybe I'll stream them at 2 o'clock. I'll stream the Memphis and Auburn championship Maui Invitational game, Maui Invitational championship game, and then I'll stream the Michigan State today. Guaranteed. Because at this point, it's just like a regular game for UNC. Pretty much a regular game. Gotta get a picture of Mack Brown. Wow, I'm kind of stunned that. We did fire him. I'm kind of stunned. We gotta find him as a UNC picture. Feels weird. Oh, this is a good one. Please work. Yes. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I got a few stream day probably, as I said. And yeah, I'll let you guys know what games I'm officially streaming sometime today. We gotta get like a fired. There we go. Wait, we gotta get like a red font. Like a red font would be kind of tough, honestly. Let's do like a red font like that. Nah, it kind of blends in. I think we do black. Or UNC blue. This is UNC. No, that blends in too much. Alright, we'll do black. We'll do a black font. Fired. Change up the font a little. Is that a good one? That's good. Alright, we'll do that. That's fine. Comment if you like the thumbnail, guys. It should be up here right now. But yeah, comment if you like it. Because it is up. Questionable decision. Alright, we're talking UNC. Happy Thanksgiving to me and my brother. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, John Paul. It's kind of a tough name, honestly. Happy Thanksgiving. I think my brother's playing video games right now. Thanksgiving's... I was about to say, like, is today Thanksgiving? But no. I'll be watching football. I'll maybe stream talking about Thanksgiving football tonight. I don't know. But we're talking Mack Brown in this stream. And why he was fired. What led to him being fired. Because a lot of things did. And it was definitely a questionable decision. And there's a lot of things that could have happened to it. Starting off with, I mean, the fact that he's 73 years old. He's one of the older head coaches in college football. And this actually was curious to me because we know Mack Brown's older. How old is Roy Williams? How old was Roy Williams? Now, obviously, I think coaching a football team is a lot easier than coaching a basketball team. By what I mean by that is... No, opposite way around. Coaching a basketball team is a lot easier than a football team. You have a lot more responsibilities coaching a football team. You have more coaches. Mack Brown Roy Williams is 74 years old. Mack Brown's 73, so a year older. So Roy Williams is a year older than Mack Brown currently, and Roy Williams retired when he was 70 years old. This is his 4th year in retirement, and Mack Brown 73, so a few years older, and you're starting to get to the point where once you get to like your mid-70s, getting to a point where you probably are like you're probably getting to a point where you can't coach for much longer. Shout out Godlike. So it's probably getting to an age point. I don't think that was UNC's main concern. Obviously, he had a great coaching career. Coached at UNC, coached at Texas for I don't know how long, and then back to UNC. This is his 7th year, or it was going to be his 7th year, but this year currently is his 6th. So he'll finish the season, not going to coach the bowl game. Early UNC football head coach, big board. I heard something about Oregon's offensive coordinator. That's what my friend said, who is an Oregon fan. John Sumrall, he's the head coach at Tulane currently. UNC could potentially play Tulane in a bowl game, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what shapes out tomorrow in the Memphis-Tulane game. Jamie Chadwell, he's the head coach at Liberty. Okay. Glenn Schumann, I doubt that would happen. He's a defensive coordinator at Georgia. I think he would stay there. Garrett Riley, OC at Clemson. Barry Odom, head coach at UNLV. His job could be on the hot seat. We'll see. I mean, UNLV actually is a good team this year, but the hot seat of like switching, like he wouldn't get fired. They would in no world fire him. So there's a lot of guys that we could keep an eye on. Back to Mack Brown. Back to him though. Who should replace Mack Brown? There's a lot of guys. Bubba Cunningham on Mack Brown decision needed clarity. I believe it was Bubba Cunningham. Bubba Cunningham is the official director of UNC Athletics, and he was the one that made the decision. He said, "These are really, really difficult decisions and choices. I feel really badly and a bit disappointed that Coach Brown and I couldn't agree on how to proceed forward. You know what Mack Brown and Sally have brought to this community. That's his wife. What Mack has done for Carolina football and the University of North Carolina. His first trip here, his second time coming back. Tough decision, pretty much. Obviously, whenever you fire anybody, it's probably a tough decision. Shout out Road to the GOAT, or I don't even know. But I just gave you your shout out, all right? I gave you the shout out. But obviously, it's a tough decision, and it's gonna be a tough decision, really, when you fire anybody, I guess, for the most part. So yeah, it was Bubba Cunningham. He is, as I said, the assistant director, maybe the official director of UNC athletics. So I think he was the one that was able to make the decision, and he could be fired. So interesting. Mack Brown deserves better, but and I think one of the things that also was, do you think Bo Nix wins Rookie of the Year? If he keeps playing how he does, and Jaden Daniels keeps playing how he does, then yeah. Daniels isn't playing well. It's not that he's not playing well. It's just that he's not playing as he did the first few weeks. That would have won him the award. Top 10 UNC football head candidates. Mack Brown is not retiring. He did say that he will return for another year, but this is interesting because he got fired. But yeah, he's getting older, and I think Sally Brown that's his wife, I think. Real estate entrepreneur, whatever you say. I don't even know. So yeah, we're looking at head coach candidates. He did also have his problem with, he wasn't winning a whole lot of football games. He was having that problem. But the main problem was, just the fact that, there's a lot of calls that UNC fans just weren't happy with. And we can start by, break down, UNC football. Let's go over, a lot of these calls, what effect it has on UNC, and I think it all kind of starts with the Week 4 game against JMU, where UNC lost 70-50, allowed 70 points. And look, that's more on the defense and Geoff Collins, or I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, but it's more on him. And look, Criswell, 475 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. I think it was more on the defense in that game. We did put up 50 points on offense, and I think it kind of also goes to the play calling in the Week 5 game against Duke, right? Because UNC was up and completely dominating that game. The Tar Heels were completely dominating that game, up 17-0, 20-0, I believe, actually, at one point. And UNC was completely dominating that game, and it was the play calling. It wasn't conservative play calling. It was more like, I want to run up the score more when in a game like that big on Duke. I just don't think he saw the stakes, really, and that was a big one. Next week, we go back home. We host Pitt, and that was a 34-24 loss. Criswell was 24, 45, 59 yards and a touchdown. Amari Hampton, 23 carries, 106 yards, a touchdown. So we utilized Hampton well. We usually don't win games when Nate McCollum has 10 receptions for 128 yards. Usually that doesn't work out that well. And then checking out the defense, Eli Holliston. He had... Wait, hold up. I lost it. Where did it go? He was 25 for 42, 381 yards, 3. So it's like, I don't know, maybe just not getting ready for the defense, but it just wasn't much on the offense. Wasn't much on the offense. Next week you lose to Georgia Tech. You had a lot of bad plays there from the defense. Haynes King did get hurt in that game. Jamal Haynes, allowing 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, is killer. Hampton didn't have a great game. Criswell, 209 a touchdown. J.J. Jones, 3 receptions, 64 yards and a touchdown. They had about 100 more yards, 88 more total yards than we did. We had near 100 more passing yards than they did. They outrushed us by 160 yards, 170 yards. You just can't tell all these things from stats, honestly. You can't tell all these things from stats. And then the most recent loss, the most notable one, was the loss to Boston College. And that is the reason why he ultimately did get fired, that loss to Boston College. Because that was tough. Criswell had a bad game. He threw 3 picks, fumbles everywhere, and just that game was never controlled. The play calling was off. The holdings, all those holding calls, you could never see that he was super hyped up for that game. And we've listened to people say. Shout out to just the tons of people like Heel Brothers. Go watch him on YouTube or them on YouTube. 2 guys, and it's just like after that Duke game, you could kind of tell that he wasn't fully ready. It's just that North Carolina is not one of the top D1 teams, not one of the better teams in college football. I would argue that we're a top 35 team in college football, and preseason had a chance at getting into the 12-team college football playoff. That clearly went away after the JMU loss, and then the Duke loss was kind of a rebound game that we just couldn't hold on. And it may have been Mack Brown, may have been Geoff Collins, could have been Chip Lindsey. I don't know. It could have been on all 3 of them. Probably was on all 3 of them, just not knowing the stakes of that game. I think a lot of it's on Chip Lindsey. The pressure was on Chip Lindsey. And we're gonna have to see what happens to Chip Lindsey. I think he should be fired over Mack Brown. How old is Chip Lindsey? How old is how does Eli Manning come up? How old is Chip Lindsey? He's 50 years old. How old is Geoff Collins? He's 53, so younger guys. Younger. September 9th, April 10th. Oh, let's go. When's Mack Brown's birthday? Mack Brown birthday. August 27th. Okay, I had a feeling it was around Drake May's birthday. Alright, so, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with these 2. Collins is probably fine. And it was also his first year as a Tar Heel. I believe he came from Georgia Tech, I want to say. Yeah, he came from Georgia Tech. And it was his first year. Got to give coaches kind of 2 years. You're not firing a coach after 1 year. And we'll see. We'll see who takes it. It could be the coach from Oregon. But I'm kind of just surprised that it was Mack Brown that got fired. I know he's the head coach. But it's kind of, to me, it was kind of a Bill Belichick type situation. Team was good in the past. Known to be one of the best college football coaches of all time. And then, yeah, I don't even know. Let's look at best college football coaches of all time. Let's see. 150 greatest college football coaches of all time. 1, Paul Bryant. 2, Nick Saban. And we're scrolling down. Where's Mack Brown? Top. I think he's going to be at 25. That's my guess. 25. Don't see him yet. 20, don't see him. 21, don't see him. 22, no. 24, don't see him yet still. Where's this dude, Mack Brown? Still don't see him. And he is Pete Carroll at 37. Okay. Frank Broyles at 40. All right, let's filter out, and let's look for Mack Brown. Control F, is that it? Control F. All right, Mack Brown's at 59. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. All right, so yeah, it could have been that Boston College game. I think you kind of hold him out after the NC State game because one of the big things is how does he approach the rivalry. You had a great bounce back after the bye week. Whatever he did to prepare the guys for the week 10 game against week 9 game against Virginia was massive. Week 10 against Florida State, back on to bye. Decent game coming off Wake Forest and a win. I think wins, can't get you fired at all. Y'all are back with the emojis. And then, yeah, see how you prepare him for the game against NC State is massive. Because it was kind of similar test to Duke. I mean, Duke's your second rival, really, in football, and NC State's the main one. It's the rivalry game every year. So it's interesting to see how he would approach this. It is his final game. I think it's going to be his final game ever as a head coach, probably. I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. So we'll see how he approaches this game. I'm going to look up UNC vs NC State because this actually is a big thing. UNC vs NC State betting line. I want to see. I'm interested. UNC is going to be minus 6.5, I'm going to say. Point spread, UNC minus 3.5. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Best bets for week 13. I got to make a thumbnail. I want to do that today so I don't have to do it later. Okay, so UNC's minus 3.5. And okay, all this stuff. UNC minus 110, money line plus 136. Okay, that's not disrespectful to UNC really at all. Not really that disrespectful to UNC at all. So we'll see how that plays a factor. But Mack Brown, I just don't know what to say, honestly. I just don't know how Mack Brown approaches this game. Yeah, I just don't know how he approaches this game. North Carolina hot board top candidates that could replace Mack Brown. Let's look at this. I think it was because that loss. This is by on 3. All right, UNC falls 41 to 4. UNC falls to Boston College 41-21. Mack Brown out at UNC, not by his choice. I think he was fired because of this last game. I think he was probably fired because of this last game. Mack Brown has won more games than any football coach in UNC history. Okay, that's not surprising. It's 43-22 while going 27-22 in the ACC. I don't know. It's just coaching under pressure, maybe. I honestly don't know. Y'all are spamming. Stop spamming. Oh, my God. What are those emojis? What are those emojis? What is that? That's like... Are those like eyes? I can hop on a whole... Let me hop on the stream. I don't even know how to find the emojis, honestly. So, yeah. We'll see what happens with him this weekend. And how we attend this game. UNC football. Let's figure out, though, some more potential candidates. Triangle, okay. NC State offensive lineman Tim McKay. I'm an NC State guy. I hated UNC growing up. Shut up, man. Shut up. Martin Hampton named as a finalist for 2022 DOAK Walker Award winner. Top UNC commit visit to Big Ten program. Who's this? Who is this? Bryce Baker, 4-star quarterback, rising in the class. He had a Penn State visit, November 30th. He is a UNC commit. Visit Penn State this weekend. Bryce Baker, what the hell? All right, we'll keep an eye on that article. I'll drop a video on that right after. Keep an eye on that. Let's see. UNC, Mack Brown. Or wait, UNC coaches. Because we're going to have to figure out. See what we can do. It could be Chip Lindsey that takes over. Maybe. North Carolina coaches candidates. Sirmel, Barry Odom, Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen's the Virginia coach, right? Wait, no, not the Virginia coach. Forgot who he was the coach of. It's a big void though, filling Mack Brown. let's see. North Carolina coaching candidates. John Sorbo, he's the Tulane coach. All right, I'm going to drop a video on this. Barry Odom, UNLV. Odom was a solid Missouri coach, earning bowl eligibility 3 times in 4 years despite existing NCAA issues. He's now reached a new high with UNLV. The Rebels are 18-7 in 2 seasons. Okay. Jamie Chadwell, Liberty. And I mean, it could honestly just be, I think, wait, Deion Sanders? He's unlikely to be the next coach at North Carolina, but it's worth consideration for both sides. Colorado coach has led one of the top 2 year-round turnouts in college football, and the Buffs competing for the Big 12 title. He would supercharge recruiting at UNC and brand value at the same time, where the Tar Heels are looking to maximize their value. And look, Deion Sanders, that's some value. We need value. UNC has got some of the best brands, probably the best in college football with Jordan and all that stuff. Mainly in basketball, but football is high too. And just the colors, I mean, attract people, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe it would be a college that I would feel Deion Sanders would probably go to over some other ones, over other big-name colleges, because that's his thing, kind of turning him around, but there's no way that Deion Sanders is going to be a Tar Heel. There's no way. There is no way Deion Sanders is going to be a Tar Heel. But the real reason is, like, why did UNC fire Mack Brown? That's kind of like the main thing. And I don't fully know. He will coach against the Wolfpack. That's good. Oh, he got fired a day after he planned to be back. That was crazy to me. The day that he said that he would stay at Tar Heel, he got fired the next day. That's kind of crazy to me. And how quickly will UNC make a hire? We'll keep an eye on this. UNC Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham provides some clarity. He is the athletic director. Okay, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. I'd like to go very quickly. Cunningham said when he asked. Okay, so he's going to make a quick hire. Probably people getting interviewed after the NC State game, before the bowl game. We'll probably see Chip Lindsey take over. I doubt we're going to sign anybody before that. Probably somebody, I would estimate UNC would sign somebody the earliest by mid-January. Maybe early January. The latest, I don't know, could date all the way back to like March or so, something like that. Maybe end of February. But that was tough. That's definitely a tough fire. Bubba Cunningham. We're gonna look up Bubba Cunningham. North Carolina, okay. After he says he wants to return. I don't know. Bubba Cunningham and Mack Brown decision. Needed clarity. Yeah. Alright, not much else to say. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the stream here. I'm streaming 1, maybe 2 more times today. I don't know. We'll see. This Mack Brown thing was definitely surprising. I thought there's going to be more on it, but not that much. So, yeah. Why not just fit in like a 24-minute stream, you feel me? But, yeah, that's it for this one. And, yeah, peace.